Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, the 13th of May 2020. So, Bitcoin, bonds, and bullion bid as LA's extended lockdown slams stocks. It wasn't just stocks that caused the slam, and we'll see that a bit later as well. So, let's have a look, see what happened yesterday. This is the pre market for the Dow. Just after I'd finished recording the Market Alert, prices moved lower and then they moved all the way back up. As you'll see here, this is the start of the cash session at 2:30, and we can see here prices moving up 100, 200, 300, 350 points in the pre-market session, getting through the 200 MA there. Took a moment or two to get through. You can see that it had many attempts, and then eventually it was able to drive to the upside, and the same with the DP level. So prices opened and made no progress, no headway. We had the market sideways. You can see the red selling coming into the market, and then prices straight through the DP level, but coming back and then again reversing, making a lower low. And this seemed to be the theme for the afternoon then, as prices kept coming back to the DP level, down to the 200. Once we were through the 200, it came back, and then it just kept closing below the low. So the market down 500 points, and then continued further just after 9 p.m. in the overnight market as well. And as prices kicked over to midnight, again we had prices moving lower, and ever since they've managed to move back to the upside there. And heading back towards, as you can see there, this is the two primary indicators of strength and momentum. The market heading back towards the DP level, having closed above the 20 bar moving average, and finding support on this at the moment. So in the bigger picture, let's have a look at this. We can see that prices have shown weakness, as I mentioned the last few days in the Market Alert. So what I'm going to do is to, once again, from this low to this high, you'll see the market stopping at the 76% retracement there, as prices try to return back to the upside. And in the way is another 76% retracement, and there'll also be another one from this high to this low, which will draw in tomorrow as the market moves. In fact, what I would do is use the previous days. Let's just mark this up. I can't mark up today's because I don't know if that's going to be the remain as the low. It could turn and reverse, but any movement back to the upside there, I'll be looking for resistance at 24,316. So this market is starting to coil itself into a bit of a sideways move, and that is also shown by the implied volatility. So here you can see it moved up just slightly yesterday as the market moved lower, but again it corresponds to the sideways move, and the more coiling that you get in implied volatility, then the bigger the move you will get in the underlying market. So again, just watch this sideways move, see how it starts to unfold, but certainly looking weakish at the moment, and the old adage of sell in May, go away. So you can see here that futures slide after senators propose legislation to sanction China if no full accounting for the coronavirus outbreak. Again, the saber rattling is going on between China and the US. And there's something else that came to light yesterday, the fiscal disaster. US April deficit hits record 738 billion as government spends 1 trillion in 1 month. And the spending isn't over because Pelosi is asking for another 3 trillion. I mean, you know, we are in the twilight zone now with these morons. It's unclear when both Democrats and Republicans would sign off on a proposal for more relief, but all they're doing is sending the money printing presses on overtime. I mean, they've already printed, well, we don't even know what they printed, do we? I mean, it just continues to grow. on a daily basis. It's just insane. I've never seen anything like it. But then I suppose that's consistent with the end of a financial system that is dying, and eventually, as it says here, the financial system will have to be reset. How the world's most powerful and influential people see the world after the pandemic. So there will be some sort of a reset. There'll have to be, because she'll never pay back this sort of monetary methadone that you see here. And as it says here, at this point, all one can do is laugh. I mean, just look at the graph here. It's just vertical. And there's no end in sight. I mean, LA's gone into lockdown for 3 months, I think, if I remember rightly. I didn't read the details, but I'm sure it was extended quite significantly. I think it was something like 3 months. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting how this all unfolds. But let's have a look, see if there's any economic news today before I conclude. We've got preliminary GDP from the UK. This is expected at minus 2.6. That's optimistic. And oh yes, of course, it's Wednesday, isn't it? So 2 p.m. before the market opens, Powell is going to be speaking. So yeah, we'll see what happens when he speaks at 2 p.m. But again, there's nothing to stop the market. That pattern of bringing the market back up in the pre-market session is or the overnight session is pretty consistent. It's just whether it can hold in the main one. And of course, the problem in the main one is that those that want to get out and they've brought the futures up, the market opens higher, all of the cash market opens higher. If the futures are brought higher, then it allows them to sell off any stocks at a better price. That's what is going on there. It's blatant what the procedure is at the moment. Okay, that will do it for this one. If there is anything else to report, I'll let you know. But otherwise, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next.